From MTN News, you're watching Montana This Morning.
Egg prices are soaring. Learn why it's happening and find out how people and businesses are trying to cope.
In Bozeman tonight, the community.
And Bozeman police say goodbye to some longtime officers while welcoming others. Find out why the department says it makes for bittersweet ceremony. Good morning and happy Friday, Southwest Montana. It's a little clearer than it was when we first started the show this morning. Still visibility an issue out there right now.
In several areas dealing with some lower visibility. Looking at Burt Mooney Airport, we've been at about a quarter-mile visibility most of the morning. We're seeing some fog in Uptown. I don't know that anybody is blown away by that, but slick conditions are our main concern this morning. We've had some fresh snow in the Bozeman area, very slow conditions from Townsend back toward Manhattan in toward Belgrade, but not a ton of accidents. The snow is tapering off, moving out. I expect to see at least some sunshine by the afternoon. A look at our road conditions. Snow and ice on Bozeman Pass, patchy snow and ice on Homestake Pass, Gallatin Canyon. So it will be a slow drive. You can see traffic is moving along maybe a little faster than it should be.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's a little slidey outside, people. Slow down. Temperatures into the 30s. We are looking at some low visibility. Make yourself visible. We'll talk more about your forecast in just a bit.
Wow, thank you, Matt. 6:31. A dozen eggs used to be one of the cheapest sources of protein around, but that may no longer be the case. With inflation on the rise, so is the price of eggs, and now some Montana restaurants are feeling the pain. Alina Howder has the story.
Grocery shopping seems to be more expensive these days, with inflation peaking, rising shipping costs, and product shortages. And it's all trickling down to not only the consumer, but to local restaurants as well.
Thank you for coming in. I appreciate it a ton.
For top sandwich company owner Tucker Veltkamp, the Billings community is his bread and butter.
I feel grateful that the community has supported us enough to grow, and we do have sales volume.
But this past year has challenged his business in ways he never imagined.
I would go out and say that this has been the most difficult year and a half period that I've dealt with in business.
Not only is Tucker dealing with product shortages, but if and when he can get his items, inflation has nearly doubled his costs.
For instance, chicken this summer went from $70 a case to $150 a case.
This year's outbreak of avian flu has made finding poultry and eggs a nightmare for both restaurateurs and consumers. Tucker says he was forced to raise his prices for the first time in 7 years.
We raised prices once in November and then a second and third time this year.
But while some are crying foul, others are benefiting from the egg crisis. Mike Hovland and his wife raise chickens on their West End property. They've been selling fresh organic farm eggs for $3 a dozen, and business is booming.
We cannot keep up with demand.
Customers looking to save some cash by shopping local.
One gentleman was telling me, I think for organic eggs, a dozen of them, he paid $5.60, I believe, and that was early December.
Back at Tops, Tucker Veltkamp is getting creative, trying to cut costs in other areas to offset rising food costs, while not sacrificing the quality of the food he serves.
Just cutting some little expenses out, because we don't want to pass everything on to the customer. Those are our people, and we're only here because of them.
Something his customers seem to appreciate.
If you can support your local people, do. Why not?
In Billings, Alina Howder, MTN News.
3 now, as the Montana legislature began its fourth day of work yesterday, Governor Greg Gianforte urged lawmakers to take quick action to provide tax relief for Montanans. At a news conference, Gianforte again highlighted his budget proposal, which set aside $1 billion in tax cut. That includes lowering the top income tax rate, $1,000 property tax rebates on primary residences each of the next 2 years, tax credits for parents of young children and for adoption, and an expansion of the earned income tax credit for lower income families. Governor Gianforte says the state should be prioritizing returning tax money to the Montanans who paid it, and he wants to see that happen as soon as possible.
I think it's important, particularly with the inflation that so many Montana families have seen, that we get this property tax relief out quickly. It's one of the top things I heard up in the Flathead yesterday. And I encourage folks, if they want substantive property tax relief, to reach out to their legislator and ask them to get that relief bill on my desk as soon as possible.
Now, several of the governor's tax proposals have been introduced, but none has had a committee hearing as of yet. Regional headlines, we're learning more about the suspect charged with stabbing 4 University of Idaho students to death. Brian Kohberger appeared in an Idaho court yesterday. He has not entered a plea yet. According to newly unsealed affidavit, DNA was found at the crime scene on a knife sheath near one of the victims. Investigators also detail chilling interview with a surviving roommate who said she heard crying the night of the murders and saw a man dressed in black clothing wearing a mask walk past her bedroom door. For this week's 48 Hours, correspondent Peter Van Sant spoke to Kohberger's friends and colleagues.
Before his arrest, Brian Kohberger was studying for a PhD in criminology and was a teaching assistant in the Department of Criminal Justice at Washington State University, roughly 8 miles from the scene of the crimes. Benjamin Roberts took 4 classes with Kohberger and thought he was highly intelligent.
He seemed very comfortable around other people. He was fairly quick to offer his opinion and thoughts.
This is out of character for Brian, these allegations.
Monroe County Public Defender Jason Labar represented Kohberger at his extradition hearing and has spent time with his parents and 2 older sisters.
The family want the general public to know that Brian is a caring son and brother.
Kohberger and his sisters grew up in a small town in the Pocono Mountains. His father was a maintenance worker and his mother worked in the school system.
Brian was really funny. He wasn't outgoing at all. But he also wasn't shy.
Bree, who asked us not to use her last name, says she met Kohberger in high school when he was an average student with only a few close friends. In his yearbook photo, the caption says Kohberger aspired to be an Army Ranger.
However, he was an overweight kid, so he did get bullied a lot.
But all that changed, says friend Casey Arntz, when in his senior year, Kohberger lost about 100 pounds.
It was after that weight loss that a lot of people noticed a huge switch in him. My brother has since come out to say that even though they were friends, Brian bullied him. He would put him in like chokeholds and stuff like that.
Bree claims that's also when Kohberger started using heroin.
You just saw him becoming more self-destructive.
Casey says she last saw Kohberger in 2017, when it appeared that he was sober and focused on his new passion, criminology. Bree says many are now left wondering.
Where did it go wrong? What happened?
6:37 now. Back here at home, Bozeman police say it's always bittersweet when officers retire and the department gains new recruits. Jolie Salee was at a ceremony where the city swore in new officers, handed out awards, honored retirees, including one who's 4-legged.
In Bozeman tonight, the community gathered at the Public Safety Center for a ceremony where they presented 20 people with awards for their acts of bravery in the line of duty, as well as honoring citizens who saved lives before police could arrive on the scene. 2 officers were promoted to sergeants and 2 new officers were sworn in. Bittersweet is how Chief Jim Veltkamp says it feels to welcome in new officers as others retire. Tonight, 3 retired officers were honored. One of them had a lot to say.
Yep, Ivan. Well, there you go.
Derek Dyke and his canine partner Ivan are retiring after working together for 3 years. Dyke worked for the Bozeman Police Department for 8 years, and reflecting on his time with his dog Ivan is special to him.
You're in the car, 10-hour shifts. He comes home with me, lives at home with me. You spend more time with him than you do your own family. So the bond that you form is pretty intense.
Dyke says he feels grateful that even though he has to say goodbye to his role with the Bozeman Police Department, he doesn't have to say goodbye to Ivan.
That's one of the scariest things as a canine handler, is the fear of not being able to keep your dog. It's a huge relief that he gets to come home with me and he's a member of our family.
In Bozeman, Jolie Salee, MTN News.
And thanks to those retiring, and welcome to the new hires. Meantime, Fort Ellis Rescue, hit a milestone in its fundraising effort for a new fire station under construction. $25,000 donation from Bozeman Health put Fort Ellis over the halfway mark towards its $1.5 million goal for its capital campaign. TN's Edgar Cedillo spoke with Fire Chief Mike Seck on his vacation, who says he's excited that this puts the department closer to its goal, provides a much-needed service to a growing part of Bozeman.
What we've gotten so far is the generosity of the people of Gallatin County and in our fire district specifically. They've been amazing to donate as they have. We hope to, as soon as the station is done, start moving into the new one. Looking really forward to it.
SEC also says the bulk of the construction will be done this year, hopes to move in before the lease on the current station is up. That would be in July of 2024. All right, time for a quick break here on Montana This Morning.